Good evening, everybody, and welcome to week 7 of the $1 Million Monday summer kickoff 90-day game plan. We're here with Sharon tonight. Great to see everybody on the call, and it's been another big week, and good to see a couple of great achievements this week as well. So congratulations for everyone on the call, and straight away I'm going to launch into where we're at in the 90-day game plan so far. We're about midpoint at the moment, so it's a pretty exciting part of the journey. A lot of the excitement that we've had at the beginning and lots of numbers coming onto the calls has been fantastic. And now a lot of people are preferring to listen to the recording, it seems. But I want to just hopefully we'll get plenty of good feedback from people and ideas of things that you want to cover on these calls, because they're as much for you as they are for us as well. So having said that, tonight is the last call that we're doing for a couple of weeks because we're off to San Diego. So we're really excited about that. So we head off on Wednesday as ISA Derby winners, and we have a great group. I think there's about 90 people going on that flight, and we've extended our trip. We're going to go for an extra week into San Francisco, so we're super excited about that. And lots of parties. Going to be Disneyland for a couple of days, and got the Warren Lance Take Action event there on Friday the 14th, and 4 days of general sessions. They've got breakout sessions. They've got parties galore, one after another, it seems. It's going to be a fantastic time. And if you haven't been over to National Celebration in the US before, put it on your vision board, because there's going to be like 15,000 people at this event. And it is really the biggest event in Isagenix, and they're getting bigger and bigger. And we went last year. We were lucky enough to win the ISA Derby last year as well. And, it was just absolutely amazing, and it really gives you that belief that you need in the business. And I just highly recommend it to everyone. So if it's not on that vision board already and you haven't been and you want to go, just put it up there, because it really is worthwhile. So this week we have we've got the head office meeting there on Tuesday. Now, just make sure you check the New South Wales ATC super events each week to make sure that they're on, because a lot of the leaders are going to be over in the US, just to make sure those events. But I do know that this Tuesday is on and has been confirmed. Last week was a great week. We had $1 Million Monday. For those of you who are there, we had a fantastic night. We did a lot of work on the I just had someone send through a message, say technical issues. Brian and Christine, I can see your faces there. Can you hear okay? Yep, great, okay. And you can see my screen? Yep, Chantel, you can see it okay? Yep, great, okay. I'll just continue then. We had a lot of people doing team blitz nights from their home on Wednesday night, and I believe there were some good results there as well. So I just want to congratulate everyone on their continued effort in the 90-day game plan, and for the results that are coming through. So the next team call will be on the 30th of August. So it's going to have a little bit of a break. So tonight is all about persistence, which is a very relevant topic, I think, at this stage of the 90-day game plan. A lot of people, as I was saying there last week, start off really, really strong, just like an exercise program or a diet that they may have tried in the past. And then as time goes on, maybe the excitement wanes a little bit. But this is where we need to kick in that persistence, because persistence is to the human spirit as to what carbon is to steel. Without carbon, steel will bend every time. So persistence is one of the most important core values that humans will have in order to achieve great things in life. So I think I've put together a fairly good presentation, so I hope you actually enjoy it tonight. So this is a little bit from a podcast I recently listened to, and it's about how to do the business in 5 easy steps. The first thing you need is a dream. The second thing you need to do is form a team of 3 to 5 leaders, or people who want what you want and will do the same things as what you do. So there's a lot of people that have said to us over the years, wow, we'd love to have what you have. And I often say to people, and I don't want to sound overconfident or brag, but I do say to people that, well, to get what we have, you have to be prepared to do what we did. And we've been working really, really hard over the last 25 years in the finance business, and in our lives in order to achieve some of the things we achieve. So in the Isagenix business as well, I say to people there that, like you may want what the Platinums have got and the income that they have, but you've got to be prepared to do what they do. And that is just consistent and persistent action over 3 to 5 years. And it's not that hard, really. It's actually quite easy compared to a lot of other things that you could do out there. So it's just a matter of finding 3 to 5 great leaders and working with those people. So focusing on your team. And remember, if they succeed, you succeed. If they fail, you fail. And so when you're putting someone on the Cleanse program, understand there that a lot of people, a lot of the Platinums, a lot of the really successful people in Isagenix actually came on as product users to begin with. So remember that if they fail, you fail, and if they succeed, you succeed. So work with them and make sure they have the best product experience that they can have. It's actually impossible to fail in this business if you keep doing the do, which is basically using the products, showing and teaching other people to use the product and share the products, and just continuing those same steps over and over and over. So it's actually impossible to fail if you keep doing the do and you stay the course and you don't quit. All about being persistent. So in Isagenix, they talk about finding what your why is, and the why is going to be something that will drive you, something that's going to spur you on, because this will be built at your inconvenience. You build this in and around your current business or your current life or your current job, and it's not going to be convenient. But success is not convenient. It's something that you need to work at and you need to drive and strive for. But to make you drive and strive, you need to have a strong why. It could be a house on the water. It could be that you want to be debt-free. It could be the car of your dreams. It could be you want to fire your boss. Maybe you're sick and tired of working in the current job that you have and you just want to fire the boss. It could be you want to spend more quality time with your family. It could be that you want to contribute more to different charities. There's a whole range of things that it may be for you, but you need to know what that is. And Michael Klaus says it best when he says, but if you don't know what that is right now, just do it for the money. And I think that's good advice, because a lot of people don't even really know why they're doing it in the beginning, but after a while it becomes clearer and clearer, what the things are that they want in their life and what their dreams are, the things that they're going to push them and to make them strive to achieve great things in this business. I talk to people quite often about the sales funnel, and this isn't just specific to Isagenix. This is specific to if you're in a sales position. It's always about keeping that sales funnel full. So a funnel, as you know, it's big at one end and small on the other. So the idea is to put lots and lots of suspects into your funnel. And that's just making contact with people and having conversations with them. And at that point, they're what you call suspects. You don't really know whether they have a need. You don't know whether they want to improve their health, or you don't know whether they want to, maybe earn some additional cash flow at that stage. So they're really just suspects. And then after you've talked to them, and you might find that they've got a burning desire for something, whether that's improved health or whether it is improved cash flow or whatever that reason may be, they may become a prospect. So the idea is to feed those prospects into the top of the funnel. And when you're talking to prospects, you may find that they want to get started straight away. And I was one of those people. I basically was looking. I was in a position at the time, and I went up to Matthew Ralph and I had a chat to him. And 15 minutes later, Sharon and I were there, and we talked to one another, and we decided that I would give this a go. I wanted to lose some weight, so we signed up on the spot. But that's quite rare from what I hear. There's only a few people who do that. So it's important there that you continue that connection with people. And when you have a meeting with people, whether it's a phone meeting or a three-way call or a coffee date or whatever it might be, it's important to be able to set the reason for the next meeting and the time perhaps for the next follow-up, so that it doesn't seem weird for you to be following them up. So having that connection, trying to find that common ground and developing that friendship so that they see that you genuinely want to help them. Then, of course, follow up. You need to follow up to 12 times, they say, and most people only follow up once, twice, or maybe 3 times with their prospects. And a lot of the time, they say the money's in the 5th or the 6th or the 7th follow-up. So it's so important that you continue to touch base with people, see where they're at, because sometimes they might say no at the beginning, but it could just mean they need more information. No could be spelled K-N-O-W. They just don't know enough at that stage. So it's just a matter of keep educating them and touching base with, getting their permission to do that, and following up until a point where they either say, look, stop following me up, or they decide that they do want to give it a try. And that's when we convert at that time. So once we convert, that's where everything begins. That's not the end. That's where it all begins. And that's where we provide our support and we build the relationships, nice, strong relationships with those people, and of course duplicate. So after a period of time of building those relationships, and you're teaching people and educating them what to do, how to use the product, and if they want to share the product, how to do that most effectively using the tools and from the experience that you've had. And that's what we're doing there. Now, the idea is to form a team of 3 to 5 really strong leaders. We have an amazing compensation plan, and you know what? I've been looking at the different compensation plans that are out there, and I was familiar with the 4-step breakaway previously, which is the Amway compensation plan model, and also the Unilever model. These are models that have been around for a long time, and a lot of the time before computers were invented. So how they work basically is that's what we commonly refer to as multi-level marketing, as opposed to what Isagenix is network marketing. So what makes Isagenix so unique in many ways is one reason is the volume is carried forward from month to month. That's a really great thing. And the other great thing is that you get paid on unlimited depth. So you don't get to a certain point where it breaks away, and then you get bonuses on those initial 4 levels or 7 levels or whatever the different levels may be in a multi-level marketing business. In Isagenix, you're paid on unlimited depth on a binary compensation plan. So it's quite incredible. And then you get a re-entry position once you max out above your initial position. So it is definitely the Ferrari of network marketing compensation plans. But the concept is that you simply need to build 2 teams. Now, there's stories that I've heard where people have just enrolled 2 people and maxed out. I know a story here in Australia where a guy enrolled 2 people and he's got 1 4-star on one side and 1 5-star on the other side. But we know that doesn't happen all the time. You may need to enroll quite a few people to find your 3 to 5 leaders. And it may take a couple of years in order to enroll somewhere between 50 and 150 people, maybe over 2 years, before you find your 3 to 5 leaders. So I always like to talk about the geometric progression of numbers. When you get this into your mind and your head, and you actually truly get what this means, and this is why I talk about it all the time, because it's why my belief is so solid in network marketing. And a lot of people don't really get the geometric progression of numbers. So I'm going to explain it to you again tonight. So say, for example, you find 2 people. And so then you've got 2 people, and then they find 2 people. You've now got 4 people in your network. Then those 4 people go out and find 2 people that are basically prepared to do what you do and basically want what you want. So now in your network, you've got 8 people, because 4 times 2 is 8. And then 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. Then it goes to 64, 128, 256, 512, 1,024, 2,048, and so forth, 4,096, 8,019, 8,192. So this is what we call 2 to the power of 2, and it's done over 12. And in 12 times, you're looking at 8,000 people in your network. So all you've done is find 2. So say, for example, you have 8,000 people that you've created by finding 2, find 2, find 2, and find 2, etc. over 12 levels. If you do that over 3 to 5 years, which is probably what it will take, or typically what it takes, or using 100 BV, that's 800,000 BV that you have in your business. And you just put 1 on your left and 1 on your right. Now, 800,000 BV by 6% is 48,000 a month, or $12,000 per week. So it's impossible to fail. When you start to realize these numbers, it's actually impossible to fail. You just need to be consistent and persistent. You need to use the products, share the products, and use the products and share the products and share it share the price, and use the product. It's a very, very simple process. But if you take the regular, consistent, persistent action and you fill that sales funnel on a day-to-day basis, regular, consistently, every day, you'll find that you'll be able to max this compensation plan out. You just need to stay the course and keep talking to people on a day-to-day basis and turn your suspects into prospects. So the only way to fail is to quit. And so many people quit just before it's all about to happen. So many times you see people, you hear their stories, their success stories, their $1 million stories, and they'll say, I was thinking about quitting, and then I enrolled this person who was one of the fastest people to max out the compensation plan. Or I found this person who I was just about to quit, and then I enrolled this couple, and they became executives in 7 weeks. Imagine that what would do to your business. And I love, a lot of people give the analogy where, and Lynn Hagendorf talks about this, where if you had 10,000 pebbles in the backyard and underneath one of those pebbles was a coin, a $10,000 coin, you know, you would be out in that backyard and you would just keep turning those pebbles over and over and over every single day, or for hours upon end and day after day, until you found that gold coin. Because they're out there, and the people are out there. We've seen people that have joined this business and done incredible things, and some of the fastest people in Isagenix haven't even joined Isagenix as yet. Lynn Hagendorn, I believe she joined in 2011, and she was the fastest millionaire in history. And then in 2013, we had Brett and Sammy join, and they were the fastest couple to max out the compensation plan in the history of Isagenix. So the fastest people to come into Isagenix haven't even turned up yet, haven't even rolled up yet. So you just need to be ready for them and just keep turning over those pebbles, and they will come. Another thing I like to talk to you about is delayed gratification. And network marketing is all about delayed gratification. And you go back to the story where, would you rather, it's a bit of a trick question that you would have been asked when you were at school. What would you prefer if you had a choice? Would you prefer $1 million now, or would you prefer 1 cent doubled every single day for 30 days? And most people will say, I'll take the $1 million. But it's quite incredible how that 1 cent, if doubled every day for the month, ends up being, after 27 days, it's at $671,088.64. You double it again, you surpass the $1 million, you go to 1.3 million or so, and then you go 2.6 and then 5.3. So you're basically $4.3 million better off if you actually take the 1 cent doubled every single day for a month. Now, it's a lot like network marketing, and that's why I encourage you to stay the course. And that's why I'm talking to you about this. We're halfway through the 90-day game plan at the moment, and some of you are tired. Some of you have been ringing and working every single day, and you've been out there trying to look for new prospects, adding names to your list, having launch parties, making phone calls and booking appointments and going to coffee and working very, very hard. But what I want to say to you is that the first 10 days, when you look at this, in this penny doubled every single day or cent doubled every single day, is like your first year in Isagenix. You seem to be working. It's like you're not making a lot of money and not a lot's happening. But then the second 10 days, your reward for what happened in the first year. And Sharon and I are a classic example. And I'll tell you the story that in our first 12 months, we didn't do anything in the first 3 months we actually joined. But when we started doing the business, we didn't really make a lot of money. We did a 90-day game plan, and we got to, we joined up in the April. We started in the July of 2013, and we were still making a few $100s a month. And then we went to Celebration I think it was February in 2014, and we signed up for a 90-day game plan. And we were making about $1,000 a month at that time. And after that 90 days, we went to $5,000 a month. And we made executive 2-star at the end of the 90-day game plan. And we were making somewhere between $4,000 to $6,000 every month, US dollars, every single month from that point through to the end of the year. And then in January, things got really quiet for us. And we were doing a lot of work in the sense of we're following people up and so forth, but it wasn't really happening that quickly. We went to Celebration again, And this is really our second year of building, and we did another 90-day game plan, and so we earned $1,900, I think, in January this year. February we went to celebration, did the 90-day game plan. At the end of that 90-day game plan, we made $18,000 Australian for the month. And basically that's our second year, and now we've been averaging up around that amount. We sort of, once we got there in May, we've been earning a similar amount in June and July. So the second 10 days are really like the reward for the first year. If you look at now, day 10 is $5.12. And by day 20, it's $5,242.88. Remember, we started with 1 cent, doubling every single day. And that's what the second year is. And then the third 10 days is really where you just hold on and enjoy the ride. So your third 12 months in Isagenix, in network marketing, is where if you've been doing regular, consistent, persistent action where you think, I'm not sure if this is working, you think this is all too hard, and you think about quitting every single day, if you continue just to work through that pain and just work at it and work at it and work at it, the results will come. And it's exponential growth, and it's residual income, which is the eighth wonder of the world. Mm-hmm. So at this point is where we focus on our teams. So when we bring someone new into the business, as I said, that's where once we convert them and they join our team, that's when the work begins. We help them work their list. We do 3-way phone calls with them. We help them with their launch parties. And remember, when their first launch party, we do it for them. The second one, they do it. We help. The third one, basically we just watch. Okay, so it's a bit of a step-by-step process, and giving them the confidence, making sure what we do is duplicatable, and making sure we keep our launch parties really, really simple. So it's very important to celebrate their success, and I always talk about their successes along the way, and even if it's just a product result. I lost 10 kilos in my first 30 days, and my sponsor Matt, he was just jumping up and down, celebrating that success. And he, even though we weren't even talking about doing the business, or not even really that interested at that stage, he was celebrating that success with me. And then after the second month, lost another 10 kilos, so I was down 20 kilos, and there wasn't anyone in the world other than Sharon who was cheering me on as much as Matt was. And that's a great lesson to learn, not only for me, for when I'm coaching people, but for everyone who's listening into these calls, is that you need to celebrate the successes, small, big and small. And then he just kept saying, one day I'd love to share the business with you and show you how it works, because people are going to want to know what you're doing, and they're going to ask you. And if you decide to share, the great thing about it is you can get your products for free. And let's face it, who doesn't want their products for free? So he was just consistent with the follow-up and celebrating our successes. And that's continued on as we've gone, from a manager to a director to executive to 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. He's always been there, celebrating every single step of the way, and that's what we need to do with our team members as well. Always with a bottle of Moe. It's funny, like we're in a health and wellness company, and I've never drank more champagne in my life before we started Isagenix, which is quite funny. But it's great to celebrate as you go along the way. But don't stop, don't celebrate, don't stop working with your people and focusing on them until you get to a point. It's just like when your kids, as they get older, they get more and more confident, and eventually they don't need your help as much. Hopefully you've duplicated your values, and you duplicated the system as much as possible, and their success at the end of the day is your success. So enjoy the ride. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the presentation in relation to persistence, and I just wanted to quickly celebrate a couple of great achievements that have happened during the week. And that's for Christy Lee, who became a Crystal Manager as part of the 90-day game plan, and also Jason and Serena, who basically, I think they've been building the business for around about 12 months now, and they've just hit 1 star during the week. So congratulations to them as well. It's a wonderful achievement, as is Crystal Manager. And I just want to say well done, guys. And keep up that persistent, consistent action, and you'll get through those levels step by step by step. But great job, and keep up the good work. And summer kickoff. Summer kickoff is coming up. It's getting closer and closer. Sharon and I jumped on and booked our accommodation up there this week. Just so you know, there is another big conference up there on the Gold Coast. There's a lot happening, and a lot of places are already sold out. So if you haven't booked your accommodation as yet, I highly recommend that you jump on What If or one of those hotel or apartment websites and just grab your accommodation as soon as you can. Very, very important that you do that, so you're not disappointed that you don't get a place to stay somewhere near Broadbeach. Okay, so that brings us to the end of tonight's presentation. What I'm going to do is stop the record there and then just open up just to have a bit of a chat, and I think you call it a night. But I'm just going to stop that and then open it up for people to have a bit of a chat and answer any questions that you may have. So thanks very much, guys. I hope you enjoy the recording, and we'll talk to you soon.